I'm Ingrid from Grass Valley Florist, and today I want to show you one of my new favorite ideas that I actually stole from my favorite magazine, Mary Jane's Farm, which I get every other month and I read cover to cover. This month I was intrigued by the cover of the Burlap wreath, and when I opened it on the inside, I found this country wreath with little roses, which being a flower shop owner, I really like the idea of burlap roses, and it kind of goes with our romantic prairie look that we do here in the shop, and I just kind of fond of. So today I wanted to show you how to make the burlap roses and make a wreath for your door. So here was my inspiration, and to start you've got to have some burlap, and a neat little trick I found out is you start an end and peel one of the strings out, loosen it, and this is how you're going to get a perfect straight cut in your burlap. And it makes for your rose to be a little bit cleaner and you don't have to do so much trim. So you just want to pull one of the strings, and as you can see I'm just gathering. This isn't a have to do, but I just liked it for a cleaner cut. And as you see, the string is pulling through the weave in the burlap, and then that's going to give me a nice straight line to cut my fabric. And it broke, which isn't a big deal because my line is there. It's kind of hard to see with the camera, but you can kind of see where the weave has come apart. So that's going to give me my line to cut real quick. I saw this when I got some fabric cut the other day, and I thought the gal was kind of taking a long time, but I really liked the end result, that it didn't have the fray and it just keeps your burlap really straight, which can kind of shift. I've used it before. So now to make your rose, which here's what our finished product is going to look like, you're just basically going to fold your burlap over. You could iron it if you really wanted to spend a lot of time, but I like more of a natural free flow look. So I just kind of folded it over, and it kind of gives you a natural crease. And then all you're going to do is start rolling the fabric, get a nice little start, and then you're going to twist it every few turns. And then you need a glue gun, one of your supplies. So right now I'm going to put a dab of glue in the center to hold it together. And I'm going to twist again, and that is going to give the rose effect. And as you see, it's starting to make the rose shape. And again, more glue. Doesn't matter how messy you are, just don't get it on your hands. So I'm just finishing off, and again, dabbing a little bit of glue everywhere I want to keep it tight. And then we're going to use this again to attach our rose to the willow wreath, or the grapevine wreath that I'm going to put it on. So I'm just heavy with the glue. Again, careful not to burn my fingers. You can use the end of your glue gun as a tool to press everything in. Just be real careful. So I'm going to give that a little time to cool, but as you can see, I've got a shape of a rose. And beforehand, I made a few. I like the variation in colors. So now I'm going to decide how I want my wreath to hang. I've just got an ordinary grapevine wreath, and I'm just going to pop these on using a nice amount of glue. And I'm going to make this a little bit of a holiday theme, just because we're going into the holidays. And I'm liking the variation in color. It just gives a little depth, or I could do just a monochromatic. And I'm just altering. It's completely random. Doesn't matter where you put them. It just, so in sight, it looks right to you. And as you can see, the three colors looks really cute. This was a new color I saw. It had to have it. Sage, love green. Popping it in there. Hold it for a couple seconds. And for a little dimension or change, what I saw in the magazine was just plain with the burlap. Being a florist, I had some other little items around, so I decided to see what it would look like with a little red hydrangea, just to get a little color. Again, it kind of goes with that prairie country look that I love so much. You can see that just kind of blends in, gives it a little holiday look. I've also used lace in them. You can take a little lace and just dab it in the center. Again, this is not a fine art. It's just trying something different. Using my little glue gun to hold it in there. I'm just making a little loop and pressing it in there also. Just gives another little texture. Any little pieces that come up afterwards, you can just peel those off. I'm going to grab one more little rose. I like working in clusters of odd numbers, so I'm kind of thinking that's a good look right there. Again, swath a whole bunch of glue. Another thing I have is a glue pot. Temperature runs about 400 degrees, and you just dip it in. But you don't have to have that. A glue gun will work just fine. Hold it there a couple seconds, and I'm going to bring one more rose. I don't like that one there so much. I'm going to try this one. I want to kind of hide my mechanics. I got some glue slathered there. I think I'm going to go with the green one. That'll be perfect. This is something that you could add a little fresh evergreen to it for Christmas, and then just take it out. And then you could use it all year. I'm going to use a little bit of silk evergreen for here in the store. I'm going to add just a little bit more lace. It's kind of doing two things, adding another texture and hiding a little bit of the mechanics. You could loop it around. As you can see, that kind of makes it look fun and looks almost like a leaf. And now, just to bring a little... As you can see, I brought in a couple fun things. I could do something as big as that. I could do something glitzy like that, which I really like that look. Or something a little bit more elegant and romantic. I wouldn't use the whole thing, but you would cut it off. So what I'm going to do is show you that if I could cut off a little piece of this, and just use what you have laying around. You don't have to go buy anything. Like I said, I had the lace laying around. I like the look. And I've actually made a couple of them, and they're just really cute. Pop some glue in there, work that in, and now it gives it the illusion of being almost real, but it's got that romantic look that I really, really love. And I think I'm just going to repeat this over on the other side. It's got a little glitzy holly, so this will definitely be a little bit more on the holiday-ish side. And again, if I wanted to add a little fresh into this, that would just make it really pretty for a wall hanging or door hanging. So there you go. There's a romantic prairie holiday wreath made with your own burlap roses that I think is super, super cute. And anybody can do it, just a little practice.